Yeah, welcome back to our series of tutorials on TallyERP 9. This is our first um, actual tutorial, the first video we looked at how to install the software itself. So today we are going to look at how to create a company. What you should know is TallyERP 9 works in terms of companies. So each transaction or whatever you will be dealing with is linked to a company. So the first step towards using the software is through creating the company, and that's exactly what we are going to do now. As you can see, once you open it, this page comes because we are using educational mode for this training. But without educational mode, when you open, it should bring you to this side. So when it comes here doing educational mode, you just go to work in educational mode and then choose any of the silver, or it doesn't really matter for now. But if it is registered, then when you open, you should get this page, or if you have configured the default company, then it will open to the default company for you. So now we are going to look at how to create a company. Now from here you have menu items here. First of all, let me introduce you to various parts of the software. So normally you see a menu item here. We have this which we call the top buttons are here. Then we have the side buttons at the right here. So I'll call it side buttons. We don't have left buttons here. And sometimes you also have buttons down here, depending on which page or which report you are dealing with. So basically you have three main buttons down here, buttons up here, and then we have buttons at the right here, and then we have the menu here, and then the page itself. When the page comes, it will come and cover this menu here, and then you can work in the page. Good. So now we will look at how to create a company. So we use this button menu item here, create company. We go to that, but before we go, one thing you need to know is in Tally we go back whenever you are at a page and you want to go back to the previous page. You use the escape button. So you use the escape button, or you can also look at quit here, but clicking quit is normally a long process, so I prefer using the escape button. But if you click quit, it will take you back to the previous page, whether it's a menu or it's a page itself. So always quit or escape. So you'll be using the escape very much. Anytime you see me going back, it means I've clicked escape. So that's something you should note. Escape will always take you back. Note that. Good. And before we go to create company, let's look at the first option. The first option is select company. So we click on that and it tells us no companies on disk. So as at now you've not created any company, and therefore we don't have any company to select. So that's why we'll be creating company. So we leave this option out and come to create company. We can, then it gives us this form. This is the form we use to create company. Now this we call it demo company. That's the name of our company. You fill in the mailing name, address, and other things. The country is in Ghana. Your phone number and other things. Your website can be filled in. Now here we have financial year begins from. So when do you want your financial year to start from? So depending on your company and how you want to configure it. So I'm going to use 1st January 2016, and my books should also start from the same date, so you know what you want that. So basically when the books begin from, actually we'll set the base date for the books. So if your books begins from 1st January 2016, then you can't enter transactions at a date which is below that date you have put in here. Then it asks for, so we skip these two fields for now. Then here it says use security control. So do you want to use security control? Do you want people to access this particular company only through using password and username, which is yes. So I'll set my admin password on username, and later you can add other users to the company so that they can have access to do certain things um, in the company. So I'll just use, and then here it tells us use tally audit features. I'll put it in no for now. And this is saying disallow opening educational mode. If you put this to yes, then we can't open our company, because remember we are using educational mode. So if we disallow opening in educational mode, then we can open it. So put that to no. And this, because we selected Ghana up here, it is already filling it with the currency, which is Ghana cedi. If it doesn't do that, you can just change the symbols from here. And this is saying surface symbol to amount. So surface symbol to amount means that the amount and the currency symbol should be after the amount, which is not true because Ghana cedi comes before the amount. And then we want to add space between the amount and symbol. Show amount in millions, which is true. Number of decimal places, we put it to 2. And this is the symbol for the amount after the decimal point, which is GP, that's Ghana pesos. And then number of places for amount in words, which is also 2. Then when you hit enter again at the last field, you hit enter, it asks you accept. So you'll be seeing this a lot. Anytime you save something in Tally, it asks whether you want to accept it, that is to truly save it or not. And you can also accept it by pressing Ctrl A on your key, and that will accept it for you automatically. So once it's accepted and you create it, it's now, so this automatically, it asks you for your username and password. That's the one you use to create the company. So I'll log in now to my company, and boom, we have. So once you log into any company, now you come to gateway of Tally, and here it presents you with the actual menus and actions which you can use to work in the company. Now if you want to sign out after you've done something with your account, you want to sign out, you can just go to start company, which is here, and there is a particular action key here which is saying F1 but underlined here. So underlined F1 means F1 with combined with Alt. So you press Alt F1 and then it will shut the company. Now if you go to select company, you see that it pops up our demo company. That's the one we just selected, and then we can hit on it by clicking enter, and then we can log in with our username and password, which brings us to our gateway again. Now there is we would want to, there is a way to set up the system such that you don't have to go and, for example, let's say you don't have to go and set, you don't want to come to this screen, you want to start by it presenting you with this, and then you always just log in so that you don't have to select the company anytime, select the company, because we'll be working with the same company. Now to do that, you need to go to configure. So we configure, that is, you click on the button down there here, and then you can always go back with escape. So escape will bring me back here. I'll click on configure again. Then now you go to data configuration, which is here. Data configuration, you hit on it, and then here you can configure location of data files. So this is where your company data and everything will be kept, but you won't touch that, leave it at the default. Now this is where you select. So whenever you create a first company, Tally will assign it with an ID of 10,000. Now when you create more company, they also have their own IDs. Each company will have its own ID, and from here you can see that it says select companies to preload on startup. So on startup, we want it to preload this particular company we created, so we will choose that company, and you can choose more companies if you have more companies that you want it to preload. So we will say end of list and leave this. Now this means that anytime you start Tally, it's going to load that company directly for us, and you don't have to go and select it like we did in there just a few seconds ago. So I'll accept, and this tells you, do you want to restart the Tally so that the changes will take effect, and you say yes. So yes, you click W for yes, Y for yes, sorry, and this brings us here. So this is because we have an educational mode, we always have to do this. So you see that now after doing that, it brings us straight here, and we can enter our password, username to log in. So that's all with creating of companies, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you. Bye.